Have you ever laid beneath the night sky and felt as if the darkness was gently wrapping itself around you? Hello, and welcome back to SciSleep. I truly appreciate that you found this video and allowed me to accompany you for one more night. Maybe you've just gone through a long day filled with endless noise, worries you haven't had the chance to put down yet, but now, right here, in this moment, everything beyond that door no longer matters. That world is slowly drifting away, making room for silence. A silence as vast as the universe itself. Let me help you rest. Find a position that feels truly comfortable. That's right. Whether you're lying in your familiar bed or curled up in a quiet little corner somewhere, relax your shoulders, breathe in slowly, feel the cool air filling your chest, and breathe out gently, as if you're releasing the final traces of today's exhaustion. Let your body sink deeper, just a little deeper, supported by the steady ground beneath you. We're not going anywhere. We're simply here, drifting together. Tonight, we won't talk about dry theories or headache-inducing numbers. Instead, we'll softly whisper about the greatest mysteries of the universe, the silent questions that have always existed at the edge of human understanding. There are things so immense that they make all our worries feel incredibly small, like shimmering grains of stardust scattered across the galaxy. We'll talk about dark matter, the invisible glue gently holding galaxies together, about black holes, where time itself seems too tired to continue moving, and even parallel universes, where perhaps another version of you is smiling, preparing to fall asleep as well. These mysteries don't always need an exact answer tonight. They simply need to be felt, to be listened to, like an ancient lullaby sung by the stars. If these stories help your mind find peace, consider subscribing or leaving a small thought in the comments below. It's like sending a tiny signal into the vastness of space, letting me know you're still here, safe and peaceful. Your support is the quiet energy that allows SciSleep to continue building calm little sanctuaries for souls that need rest, just like yours tonight. Now, let your eyes close, gently. Don't try to understand every word I say. Let my voice become a thin ribbon of silk, carrying you softly through distant nebulas. You are no longer a lonely individual, burdened by everyday troubles. You are part of this magnificent cosmic movement. Let your breathing find its natural rhythm, and together, let's begin a journey into a place where darkness is not frightening, where mystery itself becomes the launching point for the most beautiful dreams. Let's begin with the first mystery, something that surrounds us constantly, even though we've never truly seen it. 1. Dark matter and dark energy, the ghosts of the universe. You know, when we look up at the night sky, we're usually drawn to the sparkling lights, the stars, the planets, the glowing galaxies. We tend to believe that's everything the universe contains. But the truth is far more humbling than that. Imagine yourself walking along a beach at night. You see white waves crashing onto the shore. You see the moonlight reflecting on the water. But beneath those waves lies an endless, dark ocean, vast and heavy, invisible to the naked eye. Everything we can see in the universe, every star, every atom making up your body and mind, only accounts for about 5%. Yes, just 5%. The remaining 95% belongs to a realm of ghosts, things science calls by mysterious names: dark matter and dark energy. We call them dark, not because they are evil or frightening, but simply because they refuse to interact with light. Light passes through them, or they allow light to pass without leaving a trace behind. Invisible, silent. Yet they are the true craftsmen, shaping reality itself. Let's talk about dark matter first. An invisible glue, a gentle cocoon. The story began in the 1930s, when astronomer Fritz Zwicky observed the Coma galaxy cluster, and later, Vera Rubin in the 1970s. They discovered something strangely impossible. Stars at the far edges of galaxies should have been moving slower, just like we slow down when we move farther from the center of a spinning carousel. But no, they were moving incredibly fast. So fast that, according to theory, the gravity from the visible stars wasn't enough to hold them together. They should have flown apart into space long ago. But they remained there, steady, connected, as if some gigantic invisible hand was embracing the entire galaxy, preventing everything from falling apart. That hand is dark matter. It emits no light, reflects no light, but it has gravity. It has mass. It makes up around 27% of the universe. It creates a colossal cosmic framework, an invisible web stretching throughout space, allowing ordinary matter to cling to it and form brilliant stars. Without these invisible ghosts, our galaxy would not exist. The sun would not exist. And perhaps even this peaceful sleep of yours would never have become real. Let's pause for 5 seconds. Feel the presence of an invisible force supporting you from all around. And then, there is another entity even more mysterious, occupying 68% of the universe: dark energy. If dark matter is the glue that binds, then dark energy is like the expanding breadth of space itself. In 1998, scientists observed distant supernova explosions and were shocked to discover the universe is not only expanding, it's expanding faster and faster, like throwing a ball into the sky. And instead of falling back down, it accelerates wildly upward, pushing galaxies farther and farther apart. Dark energy seems to be a property of empty space itself. Even where there is nothing, there is still energy. It pushes. It stretches the distances between stars. It is so silent that we can't feel it in daily life. But on a cosmic scale, it is deciding the ultimate fate of everything. Sometimes I think dark energy is a reminder that the universe always needs room to grow. It never stops. It is larger than anything our tiny minds could ever fully contain. You know, there's a beautiful lesson hidden inside these ghosts that we can carry into our noisy modern lives. We live in a world obsessed with things that can be seen. Money, fame, numbers displayed on screens. We treat those things as everything. We spend our lives chasing that visible 5%, forgetting that perhaps 95% of life's true value exists within invisible things. What is the dark matter of your life? Maybe it's compassion, the quiet kindness you show a stranger, peaceful memories you can never photograph, or perhaps this silence itself, right now. These things do not sparkle. No one sees them to praise them, yet they are the glue holding your soul together whenever life outside becomes too fast, too brutal. And your dark energy, perhaps it's your ability to let go. to create more space inside your mind, allowing old worries to drift farther away, making room for fresh peace. Sometimes, expanding and creating distance from suffering is the best way for us to grow. Take a deep breath. Feel the gentle darkness in your room. It isn't empty at all. It is filled with support. You are surrounded by a universe that is deeply loving by nature, holding you together with dark matter while giving you freedom through dark energy. You don't need to fully understand what WIMPs are or how Einstein's cosmological constant works. Tonight, simply know this. There are magnificent forces quietly working to keep this world balanced. And you, a tiny but precious grain of dust, are lying here peacefully, protected within that invisible embrace. Let your mind drift along those dark ribbons. We are not searching for answers. We are simply searching for rest. Everything is slowly drifting farther away. Farther away. But do you know, even within the darkest places, there are points where time itself seems to stop, where every law of nature bows down. That's when we must talk about black holes, the abysses of silence. Two, black holes, where time stops flowing. Now, imagine yourself drifting slowly through a silent region of space. Ahead of you is a perfect darkness. It isn't a cave, nor an object with a hard surface. It is a region of space where reality bends so deeply that escape becomes impossible. We call them black holes. There's a beautiful name for its boundary, the event horizon. A name that sounds like it came from a romantic novel, but in reality, it is the point of no return. If you stood there, right at the edge of that horizon, time itself would begin playing strange tricks on you. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, the stronger gravity becomes, the slower time flows. And near the edge of the black hole, gravity becomes so intense that if someone were observing you from far away, they would see you slowing down, slower, slower, until you appeared frozen there forever. Like a single frame trapped inside an old film reel, you remain there, silent, immortal in the observer's eyes, while the universe outside continues aging for billions of years. What a strange thought, isn't it? A place where eternity is not a promise, but a physical property. Some people say black holes are destroyers, monsters that swallow every light that touches them. But if we look through calmer eyes, black holes seem more like the guardians of the universe. They give galaxies stable structure. At the center of our beautiful Milky Way exists an entity called Sagittarius, a star, a supermassive black hole, like a gigantic anchor, holding billions of stars in a slow cosmic dance for billions of years. And then, there is a mystery even greater than its darkness: the information paradox. Stephen Hawking spent his life wondering, when something falls into a black hole, does it disappear forever? If you threw a diary containing all your memories into it, would those memories be erased from reality itself? Some theories suggest information never truly disappears. It is stored on the surface of a black hole as incredibly complex codes, like a holographic film. Perhaps everything inside our 3D universe is merely a projection from information stored on some distant flat surface. Maybe we never truly lose anything at all. Everything is simply stored somewhere we haven't yet learned how to open. In our modern lives, sometimes we encounter our own black holes. They are periods when everything feels trapped, when sadness or loneliness swallows every light of hope. We feel frozen inside mistakes, regrets, or pains that time itself seems unable to heal. But look at black holes closely, and you'll discover another lesson. First, sometimes you need an anchor heavy enough to keep your life centered. Don't fear the moments when you must completely stop and stand still. That silence, that frozen stillness, may actually be the moment you are gathering the greatest energy to shape an entire galaxy of future career, purpose, or love. Second, information never disappears. The pain you've endured, the tears, the failures, none of them are meaningless. They are stored on the surface of your soul. They create entropy, the complexity and depth of a human being. The larger a black hole becomes, the more mysteries it contains. And the more storms a person survives, the more vast and magnificent their soul becomes. Do not fear the darkness within yourself, because it is precisely there where time slows down, giving you the chance to look deeper into yourself than ever before. Now, allow yourself to become frozen like a traveler at the event horizon. No more past to regret, no more future to fear. Only this moment, right here. Feel the gravity of sleep gently pulling your eyelids downward. So comfortable, so soft. You are drifting into a black hole of peace, where every noisy sound is swallowed by this gentle background music, where all the pressures of modern society disappear, leaving only pure emptiness, an emptiness filled with comfort. Relax every muscle in your face. Allow your mind to become a stream of shimmering information, floating softly along the edge of space. You don't need to go anywhere, because here, time has already stopped for you. Just rest now. The world will still be there when you wake up. But tonight, you belong to the eternal silence of the stars. But do you know, this universe is not shaped only by darkness and black holes. It also began from a miraculous mistake. A tiny imbalance that created every atom inside your body. This is the story of matter and antimatter, the secret behind existence. Three, the asymmetry of matter, a miracle born from an imperfection. Take a deep breath and look down at your hands in the darkness. Have you ever wondered why you are here at all? And I don't mean philosophically. I mean in the purest physical sense. Why do these atoms, these cells, these stars and planets, exist in a universe that is supposed to be perfectly fair? This story began at the moment of creation itself, the instant the Big Bang erupted. According to every law of physics we know, whenever energy transforms into matter, it should always create two things together: matter and antimatter. They are like mirror reflections of one another, perfect and symmetrical. But there is one brutal rule. Whenever matter and antimatter touch, they annihilate each other instantly, transforming into brilliant flashes of light and disappearing into nothingness. Our universe should have become an empty void, filled only with pure light, without a single grain of dust, not a drop of water, and of course, no you and no me. But listen carefully to this. A miracle happened, a quiet bias within the universe itself. Scientists call it CP symmetry violation. Such a dry name for one of the greatest events in cosmic history. Inside the blazing furnace of the universe's first dawn, for reasons we still do not fully understand, for every 1 billion pairs of matter and antimatter that destroyed each other, a single particle of matter remained. A number so impossibly tiny, 1 part in a billion. But that tiny error, that stubborn particle refusing to disappear, accumulated over billions of years. It formed the first clouds of gas. It created the stars. It forged the oxygen you are breathing, and the iron flowing through your heart right now. Our universe was not built upon perfection. It was built upon asymmetry. We are survivors of a massive annihilation, the precious leftovers of an unbalanced equation. Pause for 5 seconds and let the vibration of existence sink into your mind. It's strange to think we exist because of a mistake in creation. But when you look at modern life, you'll notice this lesson everywhere. We live in an era of artificial perfection. We chase flawless faces on social media, careers without scars, lives perfectly symmetrical like paintings drawn with rulers. We fear mistakes. We worry about the leftover pieces that don't match society's expectations. But my friend, look at the stars out there. If this universe had been perfectly symmetrical, it would have died the moment it began. That tiny 1 in a billion error is what created beauty. Asymmetry is what created life itself. In real life, the matter of happiness often grows from imperfections too. A scar on your skin tells the story of a moment you survived bravely. A failed career path leads you toward a new passion, or perhaps the very thing that makes you feel different from the crowd is what makes you irreplaceable. You do not need to be perfect to be valuable. In truth, your value lies within that very extra particle, the part of you that exists unlike anyone else. Tonight, learn to accept the asymmetry inside your soul. Don't torture yourself over the things you didn't do well today. Don't worry if your life is not moving in a perfectly straight line. Let those thoughts drift away, like antimatter particles dissolving into emptiness. Keep only the most honest matter within you, the part capable of love, capable of feeling, and capable of becoming tired after a long day. Relax the muscles in your face. That's right. Stop forcing yourself to become perfect. Allow yourself to be wrong sometimes. Allow yourself to be weak sometimes. The universe favored matter so that you could exist here tonight. So why can't you favor yourself with a deep sleep free from regret? You are a miracle, born from an imperfection. You are a precious piece the universe intentionally chose to keep. Let that reassurance soften the rhythm of your heartbeat. Feel your breathing. It has its own rhythm too. It does not need to be symmetrical with anyone else's. It only needs to be yours, peaceful and gentle. We are lying here within an ocean of leftover atoms, protected by endless darkness. The mystery of existence may still have no final answer, but the feeling of being alive, of breathing, and of resting in this moment is the most real thing we have. Just drift now. Drift toward dreams where there are no borders between right and wrong. Sleep well, my tiny grain of stardust. But wait, if this universe was created from such tiny probabilities, have you ever wondered, could there be other places just like this? Places where matter particles chose a different path. Parallel worlds. Infinite multiverses calling to us in our sleep. Four, the multiverse. Infinite possibilities. Relax your body a little more. Feel the softness spreading from your toes, all the way to the top of your head. Now, I want you to try a small exercise with me. Imagine standing before a gigantic mirror, but instead of seeing yourself, you see another version of your life. And beside that mirror are millions, billions of other mirrors, stretching endlessly into infinity. Welcome to the concept of the multiverse. In science, this is not merely a science fiction storyline, but a natural consequence of mathematical equations describing eternal inflation. Think of our universe as a tiny soap bubble, floating inside an ocean filled with countless other bubbles. Some places may have slightly different physical constants. Gravity could be weaker there, making stars look like glowing silk clouds. In other places, time may flow backward or move in gentle circles instead of a straight line. And most astonishing of all, according to the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, every time you make a decision, the universe branches apart. There is a universe where you chose a different career, a universe where you bravely confessed your love to someone, and perhaps, somewhere right now, there is a universe where you are not tired at all, but are instead an astronaut gazing at Earth from afar. Let this infinity comfort you. It sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? But in truth, the idea of the multiverse offers a strange kind of peace. Many of us live with a fear called, what if? What if I hadn't done that? What if I had chosen the other path? These questions become chains, holding our minds captive through sleepless nights. But if the multiverse is real, then it means every possibility has already happened. Every version of you is already living their own life somewhere inside that endless network. If every scenario already exists, then the pressure to be correct in this universe suddenly disappears. You do not need to carry responsibility for every possibility, because other versions of you are already handling those other paths. Here, right now, inside this small and warm bubble universe, your only task is to exist. Your only task is to breathe and rest. Your presence here is unique, but never alone. You are one musical note inside a symphony with no ending. Let's look at our modern lives for a moment. We are obsessed with choices. We worry about choosing the wrong food, the wrong person, the wrong direction. Society forces us to believe there is only one best path, and if we fall away from it, we lose everything. But the lesson of the multiverse teaches us compassion. If the universe can contain countless different physical constants, countless strange galaxies, then why can't you contain countless different versions of yourself? Sometimes you are strong, sometimes you are fragile, sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fall. Every one of those versions is still you. The multiverse is not far away. It exists inside your soul. You are a collection of possibilities. When you accept that life is not a single straight line, you begin to realize that making mistakes or feeling exhausted tonight is simply another natural branch of your journey. It does not define your entire existence. It is only one small part of the vast experience you are living through. Learn to relax around your decisions. Trust that whichever path you take, the universe or the multiverses will always have room for you. Tonight, allow your mind to expand. Stop compressing yourself into today's problems. Imagine your worries drifting farther away, farther and farther, beyond the atmosphere, beyond the Milky Way itself, until they become tiny grains of sand inside the ocean of the multiverse. Somewhere out there, perhaps the constant of sadness does not exist. Somewhere else, anxiety is only an ancient melody long forgotten. Borrow the silence from those worlds and bring it here, placing it softly upon your pillow. You are safe. This bubble universe is holding you gently, protecting you from the quantum storms beyond. Nothing is truly too late, and nothing is a permanent mistake inside an infinite reality. Feel this relief entering every cell in your body. You are part of infinity, and infinity is never in a hurry. Let those mirrors slowly fade away until only the softest darkness remains, where you can fully become yourself without needing to choose, without needing to decide. Just let yourself drift. Drift across delicate cosmic brains. Perhaps in tonight's dream, you will visit another version of yourself, a place where you stand on a planet with two suns, or a world where trees glow with soft blue light. Think of these as journeys, rewards for a soul brave enough to survive another long day in this universe. Our universe may be vast, but the possibilities of your sleeping mind are even greater. Inside dreams, you are not limited by the laws of physics. Breathe in deeply. Feel the infinity. Breathe out slowly. Let reality go. Everything is okay, everywhere, and always. But you know, no matter how far we drift between universes, there are still sounds connecting everything together. Echoes from the beginning of time, tiny ripples in the structure of space, whispering the story of who we are. These are the signals from the void, gravitational waves waiting for you to hear them. Five, signals from the void and gravitational waves. Are you still awake? Or have you already begun drifting into the blurred edges of dreams? Either way, it's perfectly okay. Just let my voice dissolve, becoming part of the space surrounding you. We often think of the universe as a place of absolute silence, a cold vacuum without sound. But if we could listen in a different way, we would realize the universe is truly singing. It is a symphony of signals from the void, echoes from the earliest dawn of existence that we call the cosmic microwave background, or CMB. Imagine this. Every corner of the room you are lying in, every space between your fingers, is filled with this ancient light. It is the leftover glow of the Big Bang, the universe's very first breath, still echoing after 8 billion years, like the most enduring lullaby ever sung. A presence that never disappears reminding us that we all share one magnificent origin. And then, there are ripples even more extraordinary than that. Gravitational waves. Albert Einstein predicted them more than a century ago, yet humanity only managed to hear them for the first time 100 years later. Imagine space and time as the surface of a calm lake. When two gigantic black holes collide somewhere far away, they create ripples spreading throughout the entire universe. These ripples stretch and compress everything in their path, including your body and mine, though so subtly that we can never physically feel it. They are whispers about the most violent events in existence, passing through us in the gentlest possible way. Feel those invisible ripples moving through you. The universe is not separate from us. Every heartbeat of a distant star, every collision between galaxies, sends messages that you, right here, are unconsciously receiving. In our noisy modern world, we are constantly surrounded by too many useless signals: phone notifications, traffic horns, judgments from others, endless streams of news. We become so busy listening to that noise that we forget how to hear the truly important ripples in our lives. The lesson from the signals of the void is patience and silence. Scientists had to build incredibly sensitive laboratories, removing even the tiniest vibrations from the ground, just to hear one delicate tick of gravitational waves traveling from billions of light years away. And you are no different, sometimes. To hear the voice of your own heart, to feel what truly makes you happy, you must create absolute stillness. Tonight's sleep is your laboratory. Turn off the noise of the old day. Don't let small worries drown out the silent symphony of your soul. The most important signals, love, peace, dreams, rarely arrive loudly. They are gentle ripples, only felt when you have completely let go. Allow yourself to become the most sensitive receiver tonight. Receive peace from the darkness. Receive support from gravity. Receive the gentle vibrations of this music. You do not need to search for any signal at all. They have always been there, flowing through you, comforting you. Relax your jaw. Let your head become heavier against the pillow. That's right. The universe spent billions of years bringing this light and these ripples to you. You are the destination of an endless journey. That means you deserve to rest. You deserve to disconnect from temporary noise and reconnect with eternal sounds. All signals are now becoming steady, gentle, just like your breathing. We are children of the stars, always listening to the echoes of our ancient home. Do not fear silence, because within that silence, you will hear the universe whisper, "Everything is okay. You are exactly where you belong. You are loved." Let those ripples carry you farther and farther away into the purest space of rest. Perhaps, somewhere inside your dreams, you will find yourself gliding along those waves of time. Nothing is truly too distant. Nothing is impossible to reach. This universe is home, and the void itself is the warm embrace waiting for you. Allow yourself to dissolve into the music of the void. Let old signals fade into clouds of dust, making room for a fresh beginning. Quiet and peaceful. Breathe in, silence. Breathe out, every noise. Everything feels so soft, so soft. And as those signals slowly fade completely away, we arrive at the end of this journey, where every mystery becomes the softest pillow for your soul. Let us move toward the final part of tonight, so this ending may gently guide you into an eternal sleep of peace. Our journey tonight, through the farthest hidden corners of reality, is slowly coming to an end. I hope that, as you drifted with me through the ribbons of dark matter, or stood at the edge of the silent event horizon of black holes, your mind found a peaceful sanctuary of its own. Out there, the universe is still expanding. Stars are still being quietly born, and gravitational waves are still moving gently through space. Everything continues to function perfectly, without requiring you to worry or struggle for even one more second. Tonight, you have done enough. You made it through a long day, and now it is time to set down every question, every mystery. Let the ideas of the multiverse or the miraculous asymmetry of matter settle softly inside your mind like ancient stardust. Don't try to memorize them. Don't try to solve them. These mysteries are not burdens. They are soft pillows for you to rest your head upon. Because living in a world filled with unknowns also means living in a world overflowing with beautiful possibilities, miracles quietly waiting for tomorrow. Feel your breathing one more time, gentle, natural. Your heartbeat has now blended into the silent rhythm of the galaxies. There is no longer a boundary between you and the universe. You are part of it, a small, warm piece, safe and loved within this endless ocean of stars. Perhaps you are already beginning to drift farther away from reality, entering the land of dreams, where time no longer matters. That is a beautiful place. Just keep going. Don't hesitate. Thank you for spending this night with me, contemplating the beauty hidden inside the darkness. If you are still awake for just a little longer, know that your presence means so much to SciSleep. But if you have already fallen deeply asleep, then that is the greatest gift I could ever receive. Now, I will become silent, allowing this music to continue embracing you, like a cocoon of peace. The world will wait for you to wake again, but tonight, only pure rest exists. Sleep deeply now. Traveler of the stars, I hope your dreams become beautiful, magnificent, among distant galaxies. Good night, sleep well, and goodbye from SciSleep.